Hello and welcome. Thank you for listening. You're too kind. Thank you very much. Really, your round of applause is more than enough. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Be well. Thank you. All right, we last left Shlomo HaMelech when we were describing the difference between wise counsel and wise counsel. Think way back. We read verse 5 a billion different ways, and we're ready for verse 6 in a million different ways. But we wanted to analyze wise counsel, which is Musar in verse 3. No, sorry. Musar in verse 2. And wise, wait a minute, am I right about this? No, sorry. Wise counsel, Musar Haskell in verse 3. And you can even say Musar in verse 2. And Tachbulot in verse 5. This is going to be a very quick class. Maybe we'll even introduce the next verse. Justin, is this the last step we have in verse 5 before going to 6? I.e., have we looked up all the Hebrew and the English? I think this is the last step. Am I getting a 1 or 2 on that? We're looking to confirm the wise counsel things, and then we're ready to go weiter in Shas, right? Hello. Going once, going on twice. And all right. We're in Proverbs chapter 1, verse 5, on our way to verse 6. I think so too. And if not, we'll do it anyways. Okay, so the wise man will hear and gather, collect, understand, learning. And the guy who can read the matter, the Navon, Tachbulot Yikne, he will acquire wise counsel. I'm going to put it to you really simple, guys. Real simple. How many of you have ever heard of the concept, the trick of the trade? The trick of the trade. Okay, so now, I'm going to give you a little story. Once upon a time, young Rabbi Katz worked at a coffee house, type 1. He was a nice young little boy, Rabbi Katz, when he was 22 years old. And you know how coffee shops open at like 6 in the morning, right? Because you got to get coffee at 6 in the morning for people that are early risers. So I just moved to Cleveland from Tampa, and my sister moved to the Jewish community, and I moved up there with her and her family at that time. I was going to college. And she said the Jewish Community Center opened a brand new kosher coffee house. I should go apply. So I did. And they hired me. And on training day, they took us around the shop and taught us how to basically make coffee with the grinders and the machines. Type 1, if you even remotely know what I'm talking about. Little tour around the coffee house. Put the thing in the thing and do the thing and the thing. Okay. Now, imagine young David Katz. Everyone got young David Katz in mind? If I was a young, wise man, now I'm not sure I was, but let's go ahead and pretend that I was. Would you want me to be the Navon or the Chacham? What do you guys think? The Navon or the Chacham? Go ahead and type your answer. Navon or Chacham? Navon or Chacham? He's never worked in a coffee house. He's brand new to the job. And let's assume he wants good results. Does he want to be a Navon or a Chacham based on reality? Day 1, leaving the training. Well, I know. It's kind of a trick question. Right? The Chacham is the wise man, and the Navon is the one who understands the matter from the matter. The answer is be the wise man, type 1. Be a wise man, type 1. It's called shut up and listen, Yishma Chacham. The wise man will listen, the Yosef Lekach, and he will gather teachings. Can you understand why I chose that? Instead of Vinavon Tachbulot Yikne? The one who understands the matter and the matter will gain wise counsel. The answer is, imagine here's young Rabbi David Katz. And they say, well, David, we put the thing in the machine and you flip a switch and then the water comes out. So you better put a little cup underneath to catch the espresso. And then you knock it loose, and then you shake the grinds out, and you throw it in the trash because we don't get grinds on the floor, David. Oh, yeah, we don't get grinds on the floor. Yeah, we don't get grinds on the floor. You have to make you clean it up. And then if you have to clean it up, well, then the customers are going to be waiting, and they're not going to have their coffee hot, and that kind of defeats the purpose of hot coffee. Oh, so I better throw the grinds away and the trash to make sure the coffee stays hot. Yes, David, way to go. Then you make sure you use 2 hands when bringing the coffee to the counter, because we don't want to spill the coffee on the floor. That could be slippery and dangerous, and there could be a lawsuit involved. Do you guys hear what's going on? It's little pearls of wisdom, right, from the boss, over and over. So after my first week, what do you think is going through my head? Don't drop the grinds on the floor. Don't spill the coffee on the floor. Hold the cup firmly in 2 hands. Make sure the coffee's hot. Make sure I do it quickly. Make sure I know how to run the machine. Make sure I don't break the machine. Are you guys with me? 1 or 2? There's a lot of little wisdoms, and if I get really good at my little wisdoms, I can start to ask wisdom questions, right? Hey, boss, is it okay if I take the trash out when the grinds get semi-filled in the container? Because the trash would be heavy, and God forbid, I don't want the bag to break on the floor. Then I would have to clean up a lot of coffee grinds. Yes, David, that is a very good idea. Way to go. Sure. Right? Here, the young worker, the young wise man is gaining teachings. And then when the trash bag explodes from hot coffee grinds, he's going to learn a little lesson. Type 1. Oh, I let the bag fill up too much with hot coffee grinds. That's not good. I will learn to do it much sooner. The Navone is the manager on the shift. And young David Katz got quite good at making espresso. Type 1, if you believe that. I did. I was very good at making espresso. And the shift manager taught me a very valuable lesson. David Katz, listen up. The customers like a nice, thick froth on their cappuccino. Type 1. And you are doing the coffee, and then you're steaming the milk, and you're making an okay cappuccino. Guess what happens if you do it like this? Froth the milk first. Don't even touch the coffee. But the boss said to make the coffee. No. Ignore the boss. Froth the milk and put it in the cooler right underneath. Then take your time and brew the coffee. When the coffee is ready, you pour it into the styrofoam cup. That takes about 3 minutes. Type 1. 3 minutes you doodled around. And the customer is just excited to be getting a fresh cup of coffee. When you bring the milk that you frothed out of the cooler, Justin Becker, what do you think happened to that milk in the cooler that we frothed 3 minutes ago? Any ideas, John, Glenda? Anyone have any ideas here? It thickened up and cooled down is correct. It comes out like whipped cream. Now you take a spoon and you scoop it on top of the cappuccino, and you can literally have a 6-inch tall cappuccino. So young David Katz was learning wisdoms, but the Navone acquires wise counsel. What is wise counsel? Don't read wise counsel, Justin Becker. It's a plural word. Tachbulot. Tachbulot. It's like little ideas, tools that will gain you more understanding. It's the wise man who already understands. Once he's got the job down, he listens for more understanding. You cop? What young David Katz, the paranoid kid of coffee grinds, would he have understood the frothing technique on the first day training? I.e., was he able to be an Avon gaining and gathering and acquiring wise counsel, tools for understanding? No. David Katz didn't even know what froth was. I knew what coffee grounds were. I knew what the power button was. I knew what don't get fired means. And you can do a lot with those wisdoms, right? I could have been a regular, solid employee, maybe even the employee of the month. Well, David Katz never spills the coffee grinds. You should be like David Katz. But the Navone knows to say to the customer, hey, you wait over there in line, Buster. I'm making you a 6-inch tall froth. And they'll like it because you have understanding and you gain understanding. You understand customers will wait 3 minutes if it means a superior product. That is not wisdom. That is understanding. Type 1 or 2. Now, wise counsel, Musar Haskell. First, we have to know what Musar is. Just counsel. Justin, you should really shape up. You know that? What is that, everybody? Justin, you need to shape up or ship out. What is that? That's called Musar. That's called Musar. To put yourself back on the right track, right? So you want to learn wisdom, to know wisdom, to be able to straighten yourself out so that you can understand words of understanding, i.e. be the Navone, correct? Musar means shape up or ship out. Whether we make you do it or you realize it yourself. Type 1. Musar Haskell, wise counsel. Here's the big hop. Ready? There's something called seichel, intellect. You people are infecting the world simply by having a brain. Type 1. If you are a human and you have a brain, you affect the world. Now, you can either be a positive effect or a negative effect. You can either be not righteous or righteous. You can either have good judgment or perverted judgment. You can be straight or you can be crooked. If you are not straight, crooked, blah, 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 all these things, then you are bringing bad mentalities in the world, bad intellect. You don't have a brain. You have a deceitful nature. But if you are able to impart righteousness and judgment and straightness, that means you have a brain, right? If you do a math equation, if you do it wrong, that is not brainy. It comes out crooked. It comes out unjust. If I have 4 apples and I give 1 to Justin, how many do I have left? If your answer is anything but 3, you're going to be seen as a crooked person. Type 1. Because if the addition is wrong, where did the other apples go? Someone stole the apples. You see what I'm saying? So either you're wicked and not righteous, you're perverting judgment because you like Justin too much, or you're crooked. But if you understand and get it right, then you have a brain, right? Your brain is working on that part. Because why did you get it wrong? Because you didn't have a brain. Where did your brain go? Your brain went in your lack of righteousness, in your lack of judgment, and your lack of straightness. That's how you became corrupt. You thought it was okay to steal, therefore your math is wrong, therefore you don't have a brain. If you simply use your brain, that means your mind is straight, and it comes out just straight in judgment. You understand what I'm saying? It's a bit harsh, but that's the reality. So you're either corrupting the world or you're bettering the world. Is that not Musar, Justin Becker? If I have seichel, if I have a brain, and you say, Sally had 4 apples and she gave one away, how many apples does Sally have? 3. If I say 2, you can bet I'm a little bit crooked. If I'm a crooked, then I'm trying to get you to cover for me, right? I want you to lie for me. That means I'm influencing you to be crooked as well. But if I'm influencing with my mind righteousness, then I am making you get on the path, right? I just got hired on the job, and you're on a job, and you let me know with a wink that we're going to steal money from the boss. Type 1. Type 1. So now that we're going to steal money, you found out that David Katz is not interested in going to jail. So I said, I'm not taking money from the boss. Hey, man, 4 minus 1 is 3. So what happens? Most likely that theft will not happen because I gave Musar. So your mind is a Musar tool. You're either not causing Musar or you're causing Musar. You are either not straightening out the world or you are straightening out the world. Wise counsel means you here. It's kind of a bad word. I wouldn't even really translate that. Like kachat musar haskel. To take wise counsel. I don't know. I don't even like that word. I don't think those words really mean anything. It means musar haskel tzedek. Haskel tzedek. The words tzedek, mishpat, and mesharim, righteous, just, and straight, are adjectives of the word seichel. And seichel is an adverb to musar. You understand that? So you're taking musar. It's almost like you're taking to the road musar, intelligent rebuke. So the more that you intelligent yourself, you intelligent others. Whereas the takbulot, the world is intelligenting you. You understand that? The whole world knows how to make a cappuccino, and when you get good at it, you start taking counsel from the world. They are musar hasekel you, and therefore you gain that with takbulot. In your opinion, it's takbulot. You're learning how to understand. When you take your understanding on the road, you are giving musar haskel, and the navon among you will take takbulot from you. Thank you for listening. Be well.